What is up, WWE YouTube Nation? I hope you are all having a awesome Saturday and a awesome and amazing weekend so far. Doesn't it feel great to know that it is finally the weekend and officially Saturday? Again, happy beloved Saturday. Speaking of a happy, we got a happy birthday shout out to a WWE Hall of Famer. So before we get into today's episode, happy 59th birthday to WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg. Yes, guys, the legendary and iconic Goldberg turns 59 today. So happy 59th birthday to him, guys. But now, let's get into it. All right, guys. Well, yesterday was a little bit of a sad day in wrestling history. It was the 5-year anniversary of the death of Brody Lee and Luke Harper. So that is why in yesterday's episode, we paid a tribute to him. Now, in today's episode, we are not going to talk about Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. We're actually going to talk about one thing about Smackdown last night that actually got me laughing. You know, speaking of the holiday season, I thought we would talk about how Friday Night Smackdown actually kicked off between the awesome one, The Miz, and the one-of-a-kind, unique, and hilarious and fun Joe Henry. So, in case you guys don't know what happened last night, and I feel like a lot of you guys do, last night was a match between The Miz and Joe Henry, and it was a Joe Henry sing-along. He actually made a song on Jingle Bells about The Miz. And, you know, I'm just going to say, Jingle Bells, Miz has tiny balls. He got kicked out of the locker room half of his career, and Hollywood won't return his calls. You know, I mean, literally, guys, I got to ask you guys right off the bat, what did you think of Joe Henry's holiday performance last night? Because it literally got me laughing to my core. I was, like, amazed on that performance. By the way, Joe Henry does a really good Christmas performance. I gotta give it to him. He actually is hilarious because I'm laughing to, you know what, like, it happened last night, and right now, like, I love talking about it because I'm laughing. It was so funny. He got, you know, oh, Jingle Bell. I am not making fun of The Miz, but it's funny how Joe Henry said, oh, jingle bells, Miz has tiny balls. You know, he brought up in the concert how Miz was kicked out of the WWE locker room for half of his career, which, by the way, is true. And then, you know, he made stuff up. And you know what? It was really fun. Because, and it was funny, you know. I mean, you got to get in the holiday spirit. And you know what we do when it's the holiday season, one of the most wonderful and magical times of the year. You know, it's not funny to make fun of someone's balls. That is not funny, but when it's just the way Joe Henry did it, you know, that's the humor behind it. You know, Joe Henry, guys, is a very unique superstar in the WWE. I mean, in a way, he reminds me of the final boss, The Rock, or who was as at one point the people's champion, The Rock. I'm not talking about the current Rock, the final boss. I'm talking about, the guy that was the host of WrestleMania 27. I'm talking about the guy that beat CM Punk in the main event of the Royal Rumble in 2013 to become the new WWE champion. Remember, guys, the very first person actually to hold this belt was The Rock. We all remember that before he got beat by the GOAT, John Cena. But I gotta be honest with you guys. Remember when The Rock did like concerts in the ring? I mean, and they were really, really clever too. So that's why Joe Henry actually reminds me of The Rock. And then in Joe Henry's Christmas holiday performance last night, or concert, whatever you want to call it, it literally got me laughing how he said The Miz wants to go back to Hollywood, but they won't return his calls. It was pretty good. I got to give it to Joe Henry on that. That was very, very clever. And, in a way, a little insulting to The Miz. I fully know that. But, you know what? I feel like, the awesome one, The Miz. Yes, guys, I called him the awesome one. Maybe getting humiliated by Joe Henry on Friday Night Smackdown is what he needs. I mean, look at Carmelo Hayes, his former best friend. Who is the new United States champion? By the way, congratulations to Carmelo Hayes. I'm pretty sure that is his first title he has won on the main roster. But I mean, it's so funny how The Miz, he's been here such a long time in the WWE. And, what has he done? Yes, he is a two-time, I don't say he is a two-time Money in the Bank winner. Because the last time I checked, The Miz only won one Money in the Bank ladder match. And that was back at the very first ever Money in the Bank pay-per-view in 2010. The second time The Miz won a Money in the Bank briefcase, he beat someone who was in a Santa suit for Joe Henry's Christmas concert last night of Otis of Alpha Academy. So, the way I see it, The Miz is only a one-time Mr. Money in the Bank. CM Punk and Seth Rollins are two-time Mr. Money in the Bank winners. But you know what, guys? What did you guys think of the Joe Henry holiday Christmas performance last night? That's what I wanted. What did you guys think of it? Were you guys a fan of it at all? I mean, it was like clever in a way, but it was also pretty hilarious. So, and I like you. I know The Miz came out and he's like, "Do you know what this means when my hand goes up?" But I like how when The Miz came out, Joe Henry looked at The Miz and he's like, "Miz, I know why you're mad. And first, we started without you. So now that you're here, we can all sing along together." And next thing you knew, an entire arena of Grand Rapids, Michigan was singing Joe Henry's Christmas concert about The Miz. And, it's just so funny, guys. It was really, really funny. It was really clever. And, you know what? On a grading scale of Joe Henry, what did you think of his holiday Christmas concert? That is what I would like to know from you guys. So if you guys could grade that Christmas concert, what would it be on a grading scale? I don't know really what to say, other than I like the concert. I mean, I did not think, Friday Night Smackdown, the final Friday Night Smackdown of 2025 was actually going to begin with a Joe Henry Christmas concert. And it blew, it got in, Joe Henry got an entire arena on Friday Night Smackdown in Grand Rapids, Michigan, although it was pre-taped, to sing along to what a wonderful Christmas song it was. So bravo to Joe Henry. He deserves a lot of credit for that. And it was also the final 2-hour event of Friday Night Smackdown, because it will be the first Smackdown of a new year next week. Well, less than a week now, and it'll be 3 hours. So I got to ask you guys, literally, what did you think of Joe Henry's Christmas concert? You guys can be the judge of it, because you know what? He definitely knows how to sing, and he makes it so fun. And on top of that, it was the Friday Night Smackdown debut of Joe Henry. I know they always say, do not say his name. But look at it. Joe Henry went from being a surprise in the Royal Rumble earlier this year to being Randy Orton's mystery opponent earlier this year at WrestleMania, to ending 2025 with facing The Miz in a Miracle on 34th Street fight, and performing a lovely, wonderful holiday Christmas concert. At least that's what I thought. It got me laughing a little bit. It's the holiday season. It's still the holiday season, even though 2 days ago was Christmas. But I have to ask you guys what you guys thought of it. It was great, but at least I thought it was great. I want to know what you guys thought of it. So you guys can let me know down below in that comment section. But what, again, if you're going to go out in real life, don't make fun of a guy's balls. It's just not nice. Let's be nice to each other, okay? But when, I find it ironic that I'm saying do not do that, to someone, because it's rude. But the way, I got to admit, okay, the way Joe Henry did it was unique. And and maybe clever is a appropriate word as well. But yeah, poor Miz, number one, remember what he told Nick Aldis before the concert. Don't say his name. Don't even play his music. And next thing you know, he pops on the TV in the ring with his song playing. So really The Miz is not having a good year to end 2025. Literally look at Carmelo Hayes. He will end 2025 as the new United States champion. And you know what? While we're at it, again, congratulations to Melo Doesn't Miss, the new United States champion, Carmelo Hayes. But I want to know what you guys thought of the Christmas holiday concert by Joe Henry. So you guys can let me know down below in the comment section. If you guys liked it, didn't like it, let me know down below, guys. I would like to know. And all that. I am going to go eat real quick, and then I will be back to continue this episode real quick. All right, guys. So I am back. I had a donut real quick, and then I took a nice, relaxing, cozy, warm bath. And then my sister was in my office. She's doing something. So I'm going to be a nice older brother and let her be in my office and do whatever she needs to. She's doing something for her, like company. My sister runs a little company here in Boise, Idaho. So I'm gonna let her do that and stay out of her way before she yells at me. But anywho, all right, guys. So again, guys, what a concert by Joe Henry last night on Friday Night Smackdown. It was the last Smackdown of 2025. Again, the last 2-hour Smackdown, even though it was pre-taped or pre-recorded. But I want to know what you guys thought of Joe Henry's Christmas concert. And while we're on that, because the first match of the night last night was The Miz versus Joe Henry in a Miracle on 34th Street fight. When is the last time we saw a Miracle on 34th Street fight on WWE TV? And I'm not talking about like a house show. I'm talking about like Monday Night Raw or Friday Night Smackdown. I don't remember when the last time we had a Miracle on 34th Street fight. You know, but anywho, guys, I know you guys probably want me to talk about Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes segment, and believe me, guys, I really want to talk about that as well, but I'm going to save that maybe for some other time. However, guys, I would like to know what you guys think of the stipulation that Drew McIntyre chose. If in case you guys don't know, Drew McIntyre chose a 3 stages of hell match against Cody Rhodes for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And I want to know what you guys think. I think the last time we had a 3 stages of hell match was when it was John Cena defending the WWE Championship against Ryback. Remember that 3 stages of hell match? But I think it will only be like the 4th or the 5th 3 stages of hell match ever in the history of the WWE. I'm not quite sure about that. But yeah, guys, I mean, you know what? But we will definitely talk about Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre at another time, because how low Drew McIntyre went last night on SmackDown, he should be resuspended for that. I mean, how low he went with WWE referee Dan Ingram. Remember, that was at least one of the conditions for Drew McIntyre to come back to Friday Night SmackDown. But I'm going to leave it at another point, guys, and at another time. But yeah, last night, guys, was at least a memorable night of Friday Night SmackDown. It was the last SmackDown of 2025 and all that. And we crowned a new United States champion. So again, congratulations to Carmelo Hayes. Melo Nana doesn't miss. But again, guys, what a Christmas concert by Joe Henry last night. That was memorable and all that. And, you know, maybe a little weird of singing Jingle Bells. But you know what? I'll let you guys let me know what you guys thought of that. That was a definite interesting Jingle Bell. I have never heard a song of Jingle Bells that actually ends up making me laugh. I just have not. But Joe Henry made me laugh. I think he made the entire WWE universe laugh last night on Friday Night SmackDown. But all right, guys, with that all said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Mwah. Love you guys. And drop a like if you enjoyed. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. We are 2 nights removed from the final Monday Night Raw of 2025. And that is going to be big because we have at least 2 big title matches. But we can talk about a Raw preview at another point, either tomorrow or on Monday. So have a great rest of your Saturday, everybody. Again, happy Saturday. And again, happy 59th birthday to WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg. And with all that said, I will see you all in the next episode. Take care of yourself and each other. Go out, give someone a compliment, and I will give you all a very fun episode in our next one. Toodles. Bye.